Welcome everyone to DSW Fallout, the after show for Wrestlefest, the biggest night in the DSW calendar which we have just seen, and it felt like it went on for like a year and a half, and it felt like more grudges got started than settled, so this could be one of the most explosive Fallout shows we have ever had. So let's get straight into it without any further ado and go to Lord Steven Regal in the ring. Somebody in this ring with a bloody microphone right now.
No, you take your time, don't worry about me. Now my name is Lord Steven Regal, and after last night at the Wrestlefest, I am still your European champion. Now after last night you've seen what I can do to X-Pac, and I don't expect to see that little toe rag challenging for my title again. No, I think it's time for me to move on to defending my title against someone who might actually deserve a match for it. Maybe someone who's actually European. You see, point at the belt for me. You see, point at the belt, man. Good God, are you owly? You see, I am a real European champion, unlike that grotty little X-Pac and those interminable degenerates he chooses to associate himself with.
Okay, Regal, you like to say a lot of big words and pretend that you're better than everyone else, but the fact still remains that you only defeated me for that European title by cheating.
Yes, and I made you submit cleanly last night.
And I accept that. You won fair and square last night. But only last night. And don't think I've forgotten about you cheating against me in the first place. And the fact of the matter is, once I work myself back up from the bottom, I will be coming for that title. And you better hold on to it just as tight as you held on to that Regal stretch at Wrestlefest, because that hurt like a bitch. But the fact is, I'm out here for a completely different reason today. No. You beat me last night, fair and square. I'll come again. I'll take that title from you a different time. But you also have insulted my friends, and that's why I'm out here tonight. The fact of the matter is, Regal, you're only half the man that any member of D-Generation X is. And if we're such uncouth morons and we're so beneath you, then you won't mind taking all of us on in a 3-on-3 tag team match at the next pay-per-view. You wouldn't have a problem finding tag team partners, would you?
No, I bloody well would not. I've got a lot of brilliant friends, and I'll tell you what, Sunshine, my friends would beat up your friends. I've seen my friends eat cars whole. Some of them are 11 feet tall, and they will defeat you without any trouble at the next pay-per-view.
Alright then, looks like we got a match. And that pay-per-view win is gonna look so good on my ranking when I start coming for your European title again. You know, Sheamus, I've been thinking, like, I'm not doing anything, you're not doing anything, we both got ambition. I know you're going after the DSW title now, and I thought maybe we can help each other get where we want to be. Like, we'll get the DSW title around your waist, maybe we'll get the Iron title around my waist. Maybe we'll get DiBiase in on the SHA title or something, I don't know. But, you know, together, we can do something great. We can run this company. Look, mate, I don't mean to be rude, but... Well, actually, yeah, I kind of do. I mean, what have you achieved in this company? Nothing. You look at what I've achieved in the short amount of time I've been here. I've been through the roof. I was in a legacy tournament. Yeah, and you went out in the first round. Yeah, which means we've been in exactly the same amount of legacy tournaments as you and done just as well. Of course, the main difference there is that I'll qualify for legacy again, and you won't. When are you going to qualify for legacy again? The fact of the matter is, if you're going to achieve anything here, you needed to have done it already. Or you needed to have shown some signs of getting there. Look, you're never going to achieve something in this company. You know, Sheamus, one day, I'll own my own company, and it'll be all casino themed. Oh, is that right? When have you ever been in a casino? You feckin' nerd.
We are the nation of Domination. Now there are a lot of people around here that are pissing us off. There are a lot of people, groups even, doing things we don't agree with. We've already taken down the Dudleys. In fact, they were so stupid they got themselves kicked right out of here, so that's 2 less idiots for us to deal with. And now, we are your new tag team champions. We got tag team gold around our waists. Well, tag team bronze more like. This hideous belt design. Now The Rock might have gotten screwed out of winning the Iron title. And Shawn Michaels, don't think we've forgotten about you taking the easy way out. We'll be back for you. But that was just a hiccup in our plan. We have ambitions even further than that. Trust me when I say the Nation of Domination is gonna take over this company. And anyone else out there holding on to gold, keep an eye open. Because we might just have ambitions to take that off you. And when we come for you, we will be relentless. We will dominate.
We are the Nation of Domination. Nation of Domination.
So, Sycho Sid, right off the back of losing the Legends title, what's next for you?
You know, it's not the early bird that gets the worm. It's not the strongest bird that gets the worm. It's the bird who belongs to the man holding the worm that gets the worm. In the Legends division here, no one is better than Sycho Sid, and I have proven that time and again. But this company said to me point blank that it didn't want me a part of its operations, and nobody batted an eye. Now you've got a company where their brand is ran by its own champion. You've got a women's division that is ran by its own champion. Is anybody taking notes yet? I prophesy disaster, but I won't be here to see it. The second I reach the backstage area, after I tapped out to a cheater, I went to that same cheater's office and I waited for him. And I've waited for a lot of men outside a lot of doors in my time. But this time it was different. I coulda waited until Shiki came. I coulda kicked his goddamn head off. I coulda powerbombed him to his own office door. But I didn't. Because even a man like me knows when he can't beat the system. No, I stood outside Shiki's door and I waited for him. And when no one came, I took it a step further. You know, everyone says you shouldn't bother Mr. Kozlov, but what did I have to lose? I marched myself up to Kozlov's office and said, I want my release from this company. And he said to me, Sid, I didn't know you still worked here. I got nothing more to say about that. But again, you remember my words. I prophesy disaster.
And now we go to Beth Phoenix to talk about her next steps after being sort of forced to drop the title by Lana and Mr. Kozlov at Wrestlefest. I've got to say, I kind of agree with Beth Phoenix on this one. I don't really see the point in keeping her around if she's not allowed to go for the women's title. So, gentlemen, I'm curious to hear what you're thinking.
Well, I don't know, Chris. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, talk about understatement of the century. This invention of yours is gonna change the face of the world, never mind the face of wrestling. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Listen, we're gonna have to find Grunt. You two smooth brains aren't gonna be able to help me do the recalibrations that I need to do on the cloning machine to get it up and working again. Okay. Well, do you know where he tends to go? I don't know, I'm not his mother. Oh, well actually, I guess I kinda am. Wow. Well, anyway, we gotta go find him and bring him back to the lab. His supper's getting cold. And up next we have one of our 2 singles matches for the night. Bobby Roode's in-ring 1v1 debut against Jack Swagger, who is fresh off his loss to Wade Barrett in that heavyweight title match. In that Barrett Sweet Factory match, he's surely still got to be feeling the effect of that one. But even further still on that, how could your morale be in any way high after going through that match? Had the ankle lock in there, but Bobby Roode got to the ropes and then elbows out of the waist lock, sends Swagger into the corner there and clotheslining him down before pulling him back up. Irish whip into the other corner, and Swagger comes back out with the belly to belly and throws him into the corner. Jack Swagger now probably releasing some frustration from Wrestlefest out on Bobby Roode as he's working him over in the corner here. Picks him up and over the head suplex. Belly to belly there. 1, 2. But Bobby Roode is not giving up his in-ring debut that quickly. I say in-ring debut because he debuted in the Royal Rumble. I mean his one-on-one debut. Bobby Roode flying out with that powerful clothesline. And now a standing suplex. A vertical suplex to Jack Swagger. Doesn't quite get the win with that one. And now he sends Swagger into the corner there. But Swagger fighting back out with the elbows. And again throws Bobby Roode into the corner. Going for a gut wrench or something. And Bobby Roode reverses it into a DDT. Just a regular DDT. 1, 2. And Swagger manages to kick out. But Bobby Roode now picking him up. Going for another DDT. Might be a glorious one this time. Nails him with it. And this could be it. 1, 2, and 3. That's all she wrote. Bobby Roode picks up a victory in his first singles match. No, I'm not going to come out here and mince words with you, because I don't understand why Eddie Guerrero felt the need to get involved in my light heavyweight title match. If it mattered so much to you that you needed to set your little buddy on me, Dean Malenko, then it's a bit of a shame that between the two of you, you managed to destroy light heavyweight wrestling in this company. That little spark of recognition that us light heavyweights even have in this company. The light heavyweight title, you guys ruined that. So, well done. Very well done. You've done a great job there. But I suppose that if we can't fight for the light heavyweight title anymore, we should probably change our efforts to something else. And so that's why I'm thinking Matt Hardy and a mystery partner face the Radicalz at the next pay-per-view, and the winner gets a shot at the tag team titles against the Nation of Domination. First of all, Matt Hardy, I don't have a problem with giving you a match. Me and Dean Malenko aren't afraid of wrestling you and anybody at any time, man. And if Mr. Kozlov is happy for us to take a title shot out of beating your asses, then who am I to argue? Let's keep this short and sweet. We accept. Good. I'm looking forward to settling this one. Because you guys are going to regret costing me that light heavyweight title. Okay, so we got some lovely footage of Kofi Kingston here. And what? Where the hell did Randy Orton come from? An RKO literally out of thin air, Randy Orton just appeared out of non-existence and RKO'd Kofi Kingston. And now we go to the second match of the evening, our women's match featuring the DSW in-ring debut of Mickie James. We're very excited to see what she can do here in the company and what she has to give our burgeoning women's division.
The following contest is set for one fall, one submission, or a knockout. Introducing first from San Jose, California, Bayley. And her opponent, making her debut in Disaster Side Wrestling, Mickie James.
And the two women now just staring each other down in the center of the ring, and they'll lock up, and Bayley takes a quick lead in this match, sends Mickie James into the corner, but Mickie manages to fight out and pulls her down with the arm drag before locking in that submission on the shoulder. Bayley manages to pull herself up and throws Mickie James into the corner, but Mickie fires out with a clothesline, a second clothesline, and goes for the suplex, but Bayley with the inside cradle. And Mickie manages to get out, throws Bayley to the ground, and gets a 2 count of her own. But now the implant DDT, and this could be it. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's it. Victory for Mickie James in her in-ring debut. I'm here now talking to former DSW champion Dolph Ziggler. Dolph, thank you so much for your time. It's no problem. The first thing I wanted to ask was, how are you feeling after losing the DSW title at Wrestlefest to Stone Cold Steve Austin? You know, part of being a champion is getting up even when you can't. Another part of being a champion is being the best around. At Wrestlefest, I wasn't the best. Austin beat me. Austin was better than me. We put on a great show. I think we had a very interesting match. I'm sure we entertained a lot of fans, but at the end of the day, he was better than me. I think I came so close to getting him, but you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of the greatest of all time. I'm not exactly mad about losing my DSW title to him. You only just won the title back at Reboot, so you didn't have a very long reign with the title. Is that disappointing for you, or you know, it is what it is. Austin came when he came. I said I could beat any man that was in that Royal Rumble, and you know, not a single part of me thought that wasn't true. I still think, you know, I could have beat Austin, but on that particular night, I didn't. And that's the bottom and end of it. I'm not disappointed I didn't get a longer championship reign. I'm not going to sit awake at night thinking, what would have happened if Austin didn't win the Rumble, you know? But, you know, it is what it is. You really can't help this stuff. And all I can really do is get back in training and, you know, hope that things go better next time. So, what are your plans to follow up your DSW title campaign? Well, as I say, right now I'm just planning to get back into training. You know, we go again. That's the top and bottom of it. Start right from the bottom all over again and work your way up. Of course, last time I won the title, I did get bypassed to, you know, some of the highest places you can get to in DSW thanks to Chris Sabin, and I'm eternally thankful to him for choosing me to replace him in the Legacy tournament. But you know, this time I'm gonna actually have to work my way up right from the bottom. You know I had an easy ride the first time, but you know, I know that's not the reason why I rose to the top, you know. This time I'm gonna start at the bottom, gonna work our way right the way to the tippy top all over again. If Austin's still the champion by that time, I look forward to seeing him again. I really did enjoy that match. It was definitely my favorite title match I had. Mostly because it didn't involve Sheamus. You know, every other title match I had involved Sheamus, so, you know, that was getting a little bit boring after a while. Plus, I beat him in Legacy. It doesn't get much better than wrestling Steve Austin, you know, at the end of the day. So, you know, that was a pretty incredible experience even in itself. You know, a lot of people think that me winning the title was a fluke, and that, you know, I got all the easy roads to the title. And, you know, I guess there is some truth behind that, but at the end of the day, you know, I achieved what I achieved because I achieved it. Even if I was put in the best position to do so, I still did it. So, I guess this time around we're going to prove the doubters wrong, show that I can go right from the bottom to the top, and, you know, as I say, we go again. I will be DSW champion again, and it will be sooner rather than later. And of course, you've just brought up Sheamus, and Sheamus attacked you after your match with Austin. Do you not have any plan to settle the score with Sheamus for that attack? Because I notice you're talking a lot about going after the title again, but you've not really said anything about Sheamus. Well, if I'm completely honest with you, I'm so tired of wrestling Sheamus at this point. What have we wrestled, like 4 or 5 times? I've only wrestled like a handful of other people since I, came back at Legacy, and at the end of the day, it is getting a little bit tedious seeing his face, but, I'm not going to let him get away with it, because that's just not the type of guy I am. But also, at the end of the day, I'm also not the type of guy to give my time and attention to someone that really just doesn't deserve it by this stage. I've proven time and again that I can whoop Sheamus's ass. Right now, I'd rather never wrestle Sheamus again. I couldn't care less, but I have a feeling this isn't over, and, all I'm saying is, at some stage, I need to start racking up the wins again, and at this stage, I suppose I just see Sheamus as like a free win. So, I gotta rack those up to go for the DSW title again, and getting another one, getting a free one on Sheamus wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend any time trying to start something up there. But, if it happens, it happens. And if it happens, I'll beat him again. You'll see me beat Sheamus again. Alright, thank you for your time, former DSW champion Dolph Ziggler. That's no problem at all.
At Wrestlefest, I said to the Nation of Domination that if they interfered with my match with The Rock, that I would not be responsible for my actions. They did interfere, and I got myself disqualified. I retained my title, and I kept that promise to the nation. I was prepared for that. I knew that was coming. The Nation of Domination didn't deserve the title shot in the first place in my eyes. And I wasn't gonna let them screw me out of my title. What I wasn't prepared for, however, was Edge to come out, spear me to the ground, and make some kind of play for the Iron title. Now, I understand. Edge and I weren't able to complete our match at Halloween Havoc for the Iron title because of the entity. I totally understand that. And sure, that must be frustrating. But at the end of the day, it's not really my fault that the entity decided to get involved in that match. And just like against the Nation of Domination, I wasn't sticking around to let some outside interference kick my ass and cost me my title. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay down a challenge for you, Edge. I think you're certainly more worthy of the Iron title shot than The Rock is. So, I'd like to challenge you to a match at the next pay-per-view where I will put my Iron title on the line. And I'd like you to come out here like a man right now and accept that challenge.
And what the hell is this? The lights have gone out. And this can only be the work of the Brood. Oh my god, Shawn Michaels has been on the receiving end of a bloodbath. Just laid there in the ring there, covered in blood. I don't know if that's his blood or if it's some kind of fake blood from the Brood, but either way, the Brood have made a statement here. I think they just accepted Shawn Michaels' challenge.